The Monogatari series is weird. If you're not familiar with the Japanese language by any chance, you have to read a lot of subtitles. Watching the show is basically like reading a book, but with pretty colors. It's also a pain in the ass to get into, because there are tons of seasons, but not even the fanbase itself really knows in which order you should watch them. Every girl in a 5-mile radius also wants a piece of this guy, despite him being kind of a pedophile, I guess? Ahem. Anyway, you get my point. The Monogatari series is quite strange, but you might still want to give it a shot, and here's why. Monogatari series is about Kiyomi Araragi, a 30-year high school student who helps different girls in his hometown dealing with apparitions. Oh, and he's also kind of a vampire. Half vampire? Former vampire? Something along those lines. But honestly, that pathetic summary I just gave you doesn't really describe the Monogatari series really well. However, what does describe the Monogatari series really well is, well, the title. As an educated weeaboo, I obviously do know that Monogatari translates to tale or story. So yeah, the Monogatari series is about stories. And while this guy certainly is important, it's hard to say if the Monogatari series really revolves around him. You see, for the Monogatari series it's not uncommon at all to have entire episodes, maybe even seasons dedicated to a supporting cast, while Araragi is doing God knows what. But I think here's where the Monogatari series really shines. It goes into great detail showing various side characters and showing us, you guessed it, their story. I think I've never seen an anime which spends so much time on explaining characters that are arguably not even part of the main cast. These stories tend to focus on the various characters' internal struggles, and what makes these stories so interesting is that the anime is able to convey emotion and explore interesting topics through clever written mono and dialogue. Take Nadeko Sengoku as an example. Even if you've never watched the Monogatari series before, you might have seen her because of her opening song. Isn't she cute? Isn't she just adorable? Well, actually, her character arc is literally based on the fact that everyone sees her as just another cute yet bland girl, and how she deals with that. Without giving away too much, let's just say Nadeko's arc revolves around her trying to overcome the image of, you know, vanilla cute girl with zero personality and accepting who she really is. Characters like Sengoku are the reason why the Monogatari series is so special, and why the characters feel so real. Because, let's be honest, no one is like that. Nobody is just cute, because cute is not a personality. From an outsider's perspective, it's always easy to judge someone by a single attribute, but again, humans are much more complex than that. And here's where I feel like many anime seem to forget that their characters ultimately are representations of real people. And that's how the Monogatari series really separates itself from generic harem anime number 1 and 2. The characters are not just mere plot devices to get the story going, they are the story.